There are settings in this game that the devs buried so deep, most players will never find them. There are mechanics that literally change how aim assist works. And there's one attachment that gives you an instant kill. No time to kill, no gunfight, just gone. Here are 20 things you didn't know about COD Mobile. Number 1. There's an attachment in this game that gives you a literal instant kill. 0 time to kill. The Pharaoh has a signature attachment called the stun gun. Basically a taser. And despite how gimmicky it sounds, this thing one-shots at close range. No gunfight, no trading. You hit them, they're done. The catch is there's a cooldown for how often you can use it, so you can't just spam it. You need to isolate your enemies one by one and reposition between each kill. If you like ratting out and catching people off guard, play it that way and this thing is genuinely broken. To unlock it, you need 30 headshots with the Pharaoh. That's the price of admission. Number 2. Next time a Shock RC catches you, don't just sit there. Shock RCs can be pesky, and it can definitely ruin your momentum if you get caught by one, especially if you're the type of player to not run cold-blooded and instead use gung-ho or quick fix. But here's what most people don't know. If you have 2 separated fire buttons, one on each side of your screen, and you spam both of them simultaneously, you can actually burn through the stun from the RC much quicker. That gives you a quicker time to go back and fight, and you can even probably retaliate and counter the player who used the Shock RC on you. The best setup is to have one fire button from each side of your hand. If your fingers are just done after a long gaming session, this is the perfect cooldown game. And that's today's sponsor, Cookie Run Oven Smash. Controls are easy, matches are as quick as 3 minutes, and it's actually a proper PvP game, not just the casual runner you remember. Cookies are fighting over legendary oven crowns that grant your deepest wish, and each one plays completely differently. Tanks, assassins, damage dealers, supports, so there's a playstyle for everyone. You play, earn points, hit milestones, and the game rewards you with cookies, crystals, and skins. Those go straight into leveling up your cookie and unlocking gadget skills that make them stronger. Daily wins, daily logins, knocking down goals, it all stacks. Instead of just a menu screen to queue from, you're actually walking around a full town lobby with your cookie. Other players are visible, you can practice controls with zero pressure, and you can form a party right there on the spot. Solo Battle Royale or 3v3 team modes, run it however you want. Pre-registration is live now, link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Lock in your spot before launch. Now, back to it. Number 3. You can actually manipulate where you spawn in Hardpoint, and it only takes 5 seconds. If you ever find yourself spawning out, getting put inside of the game but away from the objective from the next hardpoint, this tip could definitely help you out. When you get killed in a respawn game mode, if you wait out your kill cam, it takes exactly 5 seconds for the game to automatically put you back in. Here's the key thing to understand. There are different sets of spawn points per hardpoint in every map. So if you ever see the hill time about to run out, instead of spawning in immediately, wait it out. Let the hill rotate. The game will now spawn you based on the new hardpoint spawn set, meaning you're closer to where you actually need to be. This is the difference between spawning out and spawning on the hill. Number 4. If your smokes and stuns keep getting eaten by a trophy system, this is the fix. Entering a site or a hardpoint can be hard, especially when you don't have proper utility placements. The problem is your smokes or stuns get deflected by a trophy system. But what people don't realize is that having one player running EMPs can be a game changer. Not only does it destroy score streaks, it can definitely destroy trophy systems as well. That means your team's smokes and stuns can actually land. But here's the part people really sleep on. When your EMP pops, it can also give you information on whether there's an enemy nearby. If there's any connection, you get a hit marker. That's free intel. You now know someone's holding that area before you even push. Each player spawns with 2 EMP nades, which is more than enough, and you don't have to be exactly precise with it. The general area of effect is pretty wide, and it goes through walls. It's an effective and not so punishing utility to run. Number 5. There's a movement trick in this game that most people don't know about. It's called wall sliding. This is beneficial for navigating around the map quicker, and it's done by sliding and intentionally hitting a wall, then turning away from the wall itself. What this does is cancel the full slide animation. See, typically when you commit to the full slide animation, it'll take some time for you to get back up and start running at full speed. But by hitting a wall and turning away, you skip that recovery time entirely. You're back at full sprint faster than someone who just slid normally. On top of moving around the map quicker, with this trick, you'd also be a harder target to hit because your character model changes direction mid-slide, which throws off anyone tracking you. Number 6. You can stun a Goliath with a sniper rifle. Yes, seriously, XS1 Goliaths can be lethal, especially when the game is going down to the wire or when your enemy is trying to go for a money hill, which means getting the bulk of the time for the hill itself. Having to deal with 4 players in a full-on mech with 750 HP can be frustrating, but you can temporarily disable the Goliath with a DLQ, specifically with the Mavot Omega 1 rounds. It's a concussion mag. Hit the Goliath with it and the pilot gets concussed. With this, you might be able to find a leeway or a better angle to fully take down the XS1 Goliath before it wipes your team. Number 7. The shield turret costs 300 score streak points, has 770 HP, and you don't even have to mount it. With the shield turret only costing 300 score streak points, aka get 3 kills, the one thing people miss out on is the fact that you don't have to mount on it to benefit from it. You can use it to block a chokehold in an entrance way, or use it as deployable cover during a push. It's a neat trick to repurpose a seemingly useless score streak into something clever. In S&D especially, this thing becomes a 770 HP wall that only costs 3 kills. That's a pretty good cost to life ratio and one of the best cost to value plays in the game. Stop thinking of it as a turret. Start thinking of it as a barricade. Number 8. K9 units can't climb. Ladders, walls, anything elevated, they just can't reach you. K9 units, though easy to take down, can be annoying, and they could definitely throw you off or even break your momentum when one gets spawned in. To counter this, fortunately there's an indicator on the map, so when you see one, instantly elevate yourself from a floor level. Climb a ladder, get on a wall, take any elevated position. The dog literally cannot follow you up there. From that high ground, isolate the necessary gunfights needed and take down the K9 unit after, or it could be the other way around. Either way, doing this ensures that the K9 unit won't hit you. Number 9. You don't have to kill anyone to win an S&D round. You just have to plant smart. One of the most common mistakes players make in Search and Destroy is not running out the time or playing for the objective. You don't have to necessarily kill to win the game. Both sides have the option to either run out the time or completely wipe the other team. So before planting the bomb, assess the situation and drop the bomb, specifically visible from the position you'd want to play from. With this, you should be able to have more options, avoid getting flanked, and get easier and more reasonable gunfights. Key examples. In standoff, plant the bomb on a specific side of the site, then go back towards the spawn, back to black van, crouch under it to get a glimpse of the bomb. In firing range, it could be as simple as planning it for A long and playing back red with a sniper. In Tunisia, play to tower. Regardless, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just have to think about getting a certain portion of the map and playing it from that side. That makes it simple for you to hold a site down, and it could possibly increase your win rate just by waiting for the bomb to detonate. Number 10. Your ADS setting is literally changing how strong your aim assist is, and most players are using the wrong one. Aim assist is a very important feature to be utilized. It gets triggered when your crosshair or reticle hovers over an enemy player. Ever wondered why some professional players seem to be beaming people with top-notch accuracy? Well, it's because of aim assist. But oddly enough, the value of aim assist varies depending on which ADS mode you are using. By comparison, tap and hold to ADS shows to have a stronger effect with the aim assist compared to tap to ADS or hybrid. That's not a placebo, it's a measurable difference. To enable this, go to the settings menu and obviously first check if aim assist is enabled, and right after that search ADS and change it to tap and hold to ADS. Number 11. Swarm drones don't have to be a death sentence. Here's how you survive them. Swarm drones can truly disrupt you for a certain amount of time in a respawn game mode, but you have more options than you think. Use a trophy system if you're caught in the open. It'll shoot down the drones targeting you. Better yet, get indoors and stay out of sight from the swarm entirely. And if you're stuck in the open without a trophy, hug walls and corners, You can juke individual drones by breaking their line of sight. Also, do note, just like any other AI-based score streaks, swarm drones require to be seen in their line of sight. Using smokes can help you evade and not trigger them to come after you. The key is doing all of this around the vicinity of the hardpoint to where you can cut players off. Surviving the swarm doesn't mean anything if you're hiding on the other side of the map. Stay near the hill, cut off players while the drones expire, and you turn their score streak into wasted points. Number 12. The Flame Knot regenerates health. So if you don't burst it down fast, you're wasting your ammo. Flame Knots can be pesky to deal with, especially if it's a crucial point of the game. And this one is unique compared to the XS1 Goliath, as the Flame Knot can regenerate if it doesn't take any damage. The ideal way to deal with it is to burst it as quickly as possible. This could be the difference of life or death in the midst of the game. Fortunately, the Annihilator is a very quick solution. It's perfect because it has a pretty long range, and you have to draw your distance away from the Flame Knot due to its flamethrower anyway. Don't panic, just draw distance and one-tap it. Number 13. There are hidden settings that reduce how much your screen shakes when you shoot. Turn all of them down. If you find your screen shaking too much because of the view model reacting too much to your gun's recoil, fortunately you can tune it down by putting everything in the weapon performance settings down. This is absolutely crucial for a game that requires a lot of precise tracking. You can find this by looking up weapon performance while ADSing or hip firing. Take a look at gun kick skill, recoil rotate skill, view kick skill, and first person depth of field. Turn all of them down and do it for both ADS and hipfire. Less visual noise means you can actually see what you're shooting at. Number 14. You can make your attachments invisible, or at least way less ugly. If a barrel is bulging too much and is getting in the way, the can barrel on the Dobra is a perfect example. Or you just like a certain look of an attachment, you can revert their looks to default or choose a specific attachment placeholder for it. Personally, the model of the light compensator is the move. It's the shortest and smallest. To find this menu, go to Loadouts, choose a gun you want to modify, go to Gunsmith, go to Barrel, and hit Change Appearance. Number 15. Your game's ambient sounds might be covering up enemy footsteps. Here's how to fix that. In a game mode like Search and Destroy, your best friend is sound cues. But sometimes ambience can get in the way. Though it is great for immersion, it can be distracting and could cover up footsteps, which could lead you to a disadvantage. Turning down or off the ambience will minimize this issue. To find this, open the settings menu, go to Audio and Graphics, look for Audio, unfold the tab, and find ambience. Then turn it off or down. Number 16. You can shrink your reticle and zoom out your ADS view. It's buried deep in the menus. This pretty hidden feature is actually useful for making your reticles less obstructive. This could be up to your preference. Also, adjusting the view distance so it's not all up in your face can definitely help out with having more visuals to keep you aware of what's around you while aiming down. To find this menu, go to your loadouts, click on the gun you want to adjust, go to Gunsmith on the left side. There should be a pencil and gear icon. Then on the top right, there should be a gear icon. Click on it and it should give you two options to either adjust the view distance or the reticle size. Both are up to preference, but most players benefit from pulling them back a bit. Number 17. You don't need a gaming phone to see enemies better. These color settings do the work for you. If you don't really have the gaming phone to equalize your visuals or enhance colors inside of the game, you can fortunately tinker around with the graphic colors in the settings menu. If set up right, it can give you a slight leverage, or you just want to make things look brighter and more vibrant. To find this, go to the settings menu, Audio and Graphics, and look for the MP mode graphic style. From here, you can press Customize Color. This will load you into the practice range, but will open up a special menu that will show you the option to tweak the hue, tint, saturation, and brightness. This is all up to preference, but here's ours for more visual clarity. On the top, keep it on red, hue on 5, tint on 10, saturation on 100, and brightness on 75. This makes the enemies pop more against the environment without making the game look unnatural. Number 18. Your mini-map is giving you less information than it should. Here's how to fix it. This one is definitely up to your type or preference, but initially zooming out both the map and the icon keeps it more clean and gives you more space for more information. And always having the player icon on the center will keep you from being disoriented on where you are in the map. To find this, go to the settings menu, go to basic, and find mini-map settings. From there, you can adjust the scale, opacity, icon zoom, and map zoom. Number 19. There's a setting that lets you see your teammates through walls. Turn it on. By enabling the teammate perspective, this will grant you the ability to see your teammates through walls. And this is absolutely crucial if you want to set plays with your teammates or get quicker trades. You always know where they're positioned without having to check the minimap. And number 20, a bonus tip. If your game stutters or your FPS drops, this might fix it. If you are experiencing some sudden frame drops or want to keep the game visuals to look simple, manually deleting resources or visual assets that you don't need can help out. This can truly help boost your FPS and remove those overwhelming skin clutters sometimes. To find this menu, as soon as you open up the game in the main lobby, look at the bottom side where there's a downloads arrow icon. On the top right, there should be a trash icon, and from there you can choose to delete whatever you want. If you want to keep things simple and don't really care about skins, going to weapons and operators and just removing everything except for base weapons and base operators will make things look more clean. Cleaner game, smoother frames. That's the last one. Now you know things about this game that most players never will, but knowing the mechanics is only half of it. You still need the right weapons. If you want to know which ARs are actually worth running this season, the full breakdown is right here.